Hello, this is Robin with TMI Gifts. We're going to show you today how to make a pretty bow. And today I've chosen to use some of our Christmas ribbon that we do carry here in our store, and we ship every day as well. I've chosen these 4 different styles today. Once we finish making the bow, we're going to build a nice Christmas wreath that works in with our bow, and then we'll use our bow in with our Christmas wreath. I'm going to show you our Christmas wreath right quick. I've chosen our Canadian pine wreath today. It's a 24-inch. It is a square wreath. Pretty awesome. I like to build mine in the diamond shape versus the square. I've also chosen some of our fabulous stems and to accessorize our wreath with today. I've chosen this pine branch, and I've chosen some velvet leaves in the white and gold and the red and gold. I've also went along with the buffalo plaid theme that I've chosen with our ribbon. I have some ornaments to match that and some other great accessories that we'll be working in with the wreath today. Okay, now to start our bow, we're going to switch our camera to the up view so that you can see a little better. You'll also be able to see our ribbons just a little bit better. These are the 4 ribbons that I chose to use today. I've got this plaid ribbon that's in the red and cream. I love this. It has just a hint of gold shimmering through there. I've chosen this linen look ribbon with the trees with the different kinds of plaid, the buffalo plaid included. There's also one that matches the red and white or red and cream plaid very well. I chose the red and black buffalo plaid today. All 3 of these are the 2.5-inch or the number 9 size, and they are wired ribbons. I've chosen to work in our 1.5-inch red velvet in with this today to kind of help pull all of these together really nicely, I hope. Love that, and it as well is a wired ribbon. All of these are 10-yard rolls. We do have some ribbons that are on up to 50-yard rolls if you are so inclined to need something that size. If you have a large project, that would be great for you. Okay, we're going to start with our red and cream plaid ribbon today. I like to tie my bows by hand, and I'll try the best of my ability to show you my method of tying a bow. I like to start with a tail of about 10 inches. You put it about there, and I just gather that up between my thumb and forefinger there. I use these 2 fingers and my thumb are the main things that I use to secure my bow as I'm making. Okay, I got my 10-inch tail here. Okay, now to the way I make a bow. When I get to this point, I will flip this over so that the wrong side of my ribbon is facing upward. Then I put the 2 wrong sides together, as you see there, bunch that right up, and that forms a loop. Okay? When I get my ribbon to this other side, I flip that so that the wrong side is up, put the 2 wrong sides together to form the loop on that side. Try as you can to stay consistent with the size of your loops. Okay? Now we're going to do a couple more of these. I'll flip that so that my wrong side's up. Putting my wrong sides together there to form my loop. I'm going to repeat this process. I think I'm going to do 3 loops on each side with this particular ribbon. Wrong sides together to form my loop. Try and be as consistent as you can with the size of your loops. Okay? When we get to this point, I'm going to trim off this ribbon. Okay. That's the start of our bow. This is the first layer. And what I like to do is layer on my ribbons. I love to mix different types of ribbons together, different patterns and colors together, which gives it a nice layering effect. of the different elements that you chose to use. Now on top of this, I'm going to layer my Christmas tree ribbon. See how nicely that's going to look in there with that. It's pulling all these together. This is the same print on this tree as this ribbon is. And here again, when you leave your tail, and I'm making my tail just a tad shorter with the second layer, I get my ribbon here, flip that so that my wrong side is up. You can see it just a little bit better with this ribbon today than you could with the other. Put those two wrong sides together to form our loop. Get to this side over here, and we have our right side up, so we need to turn that so that our wrong side is up. Put those two wrong sides together to form our loop. We're going to do a few more of these loops on either side. And I'm trying to make these loops just a bit smaller than the loops of my very first layer. We do want all the pretty to show. One more loop on this side, and one more loop on this side. Now with our Christmas tree ribbon, it of course has the pattern of the trees on there, and all the trees are going in the same direction. So what I like to do in this case, I will trim this side off really short. And I'll take my ribbon and turn it so that my trees are going in the correct direction. And I'll trim this off. Then that puts our ribbon tails with the trees going in the same directions instead of having one upside down and one right side up. Just a little thing I like to do there. Let me turn it so you can kind of see there. Okay. Now on top of this, I'm going to layer our red and black buffalo plaid. And this is going to pull out the buffalo plaid color here in the tree. Do the same thing here with flipping this so that we can put our two wrong sides together to form that loop. And I've stepped down progressively with the size of my loop here, as you can see. One more loop on each side. And get that one twisted correctly. Okay. There's our 3 loops on either side with our red and black buffalo plaid. And as I told you in the beginning, we do have a wide array of patterns, colors, shapes, and sizes in our ribbons. If you're in love with buffalo plaid but had rather have the red and white buffalo plaid, we've got that too. We got you covered on that. Okay, now to kind of pull all these 3 together, I'm going to lay this solid red velvet right in here. This is a number 9 size, or an 1.5 inches. Lay that right in there. And we're going to do like 3 different loops on either side with this, the same way we did with our other 3 ribbons. Pull that down and get my loop a little smaller there. One more loop on either side. Okay, now we have 3 loops, 3 loops. Now what I like to do here is do a little extra loop so that I can cover the mechanics of my work here. The mechanics being the product that I use to actually tie all of my ribbons together here to form this bow and to hold it into the shape that I've put it in right now. And what I do here is I'm actually going to make another small loop. So I'm going to flip that so that my wrong side is up of this ribbon, okay? I'm going to lay that right on the top of my thumb. See that? Just forming a little small loop. And I've just bunched that right under my thumb and come right down. So we've made an extra little loop right there, which is going to cover our mechanics of whatever product that we use to tie our ribbon off here. Give that a little trim. What we like to do here at TMI, we use lots of zip ties. Zip ties are great to hold your ribbons together. It's easier to do as you're holding your ribbons. It's easier to put one of these in there to actually hold it, and it will hold a lot tighter with one of these than it will sometimes with a wire. That sometimes if you get a wire that's too large, it's hard to actually tighten that down to as tight as you need it to be to actually hold all of this in place, because this is, you got a lot going on here, you know, and if you don't tie this tight, it's all going to explode on you when you turn it loose. So I take the zip tie and I insert it right there under my thumb so that it goes inside that little loop that I just did here. I'm going to push that right down, and it comes out right here on this side. I'm going to put it right in through my palm. Put it through my palm, and it comes right out those two fingers, just like so. Okay? Which puts it on the side where I need it to zip the zip tie together so it actually holds what we're doing here. Okay? Got it tightened down, but I didn't tighten it down all the way for a reason. One thing I like to do, if I know I'm going to be adding my bow to something else, I will put another zip tie on the back side of it so that I'll have something to actually tie it to whatever I'm going to be adding this to. Now I will take another zip tie, and before I have this one tightened down, I'll just slide this one right under it, just like so. Okay? Now we can tighten this zip tie on down so that we make sure all of our hard work on making our loops stays right in place, and it will stay there. Okay? It's important to have good tools that you're working with, a good pair of scissors if you're working with ribbon, and don't let anybody else have those scissors, because they'll take it and they'll cut anything in the world that they need cut, and you don't need to cut anything but ribbon with your good scissors. Okay, guys? Make sure you have good scissors and a pair of good cutters. If you're doing anything, any kind of work with any floral product with wires, most all floral product will have wires in it. You need a good pair of cutters in order to actually perform that like you need to perform it. Okay. Here is our little bow after we have tightened everything down. And I just like to go back and put my little loops right where I want them to be to make everything as symmetrical as possible. Okay, looks pretty good. Pretty good. Now to finish off the bow, I like to cut dovetails in the ends of my ribbons. You can leave them straight. You can do a diagonal cut if that's what you choose. A lot of folks like to do that, which is great if that's what you like to do. I prefer doing a dovetail cut, like so. And to do that, I bend my ribbon in half, just like that. Gotta make sure I'm cutting the correct direction. Just cut diagonally. One little smooth cut, and you've got a nice, neat little dovetail. Trim the rest of these off. All right, there is our bow. I'm loving it. Buffalo plaid is absolutely fabulous. Always in style with buffalo plaid, but I know a lot of folks that are using it this year for their decorating needs. It's great. It's great. Okay, that's our bow. All right, I'm going to lay our little bow to the side for the moment, and then we'll start building our wreath. Okay, we'll just lay that right up there. Is that still in camera view? Okay. We'll set our little ribbons to the side for the moment. Pull our other product over here. And this is our Canadian pine wreath. It is a 24-inch wreath, and you measure it from tip to tip to get your 24 inches. Okay, that doesn't mean the wire here in the middle is going to be 24 inches across. That's not how the factories actually measure those. It's just a little tidbit of information there, but if you go from tip to tip, you get 24 inches. Okay, that's where that measurement comes from. Just a little FYI there for you guys. I'm going to come through here and I'm going to just straighten these. Our ties on this wreath, which is our greenery that makes up our wreath here. And this is a basic green Canadian pine wreath, just the basic average Christmas wreath. One of the most popular through the years because it's great. It'll stand alone. You could put a pretty bow on here just like this, pop. Add that in there and you're done. You wouldn't need to do anything else. But of course, we can't be just that easy. So, finish straightening this out. And we're going to add some of this fabulous product that you can get from us here at TMI Gifts. Okay, and as I told you earlier, this is a square wreath. Square wreaths are not common, so it is unique. If you want to be unique, this would be the wreath for you. Get you one and build it and make it your own. I like to make mine into the diamond shape, like you see here. Work with it like this instead of in the square form. Same difference. It's just easier to hang that way. You don't have to worry about finding a middle on your wreath when you hang it by the square. This way you can hang it by the little corner of the diamond. Okay, now to start with today on our wreath, I thought it would be fabulous to add in some of this great greenery that we've got here. And this is an iced pine. It has the little ice configuration on here, and it also has the snow. It also has some great cotton bolls on it that also have the icy effect along with the pine cones as well. I just thought this was a great piece to add in to give it a more homey look, I guess. Country elegant. That's a good word. Country elegant look. Which a lot of folks are using cotton and buffalo plaid together for their Christmas decorating this year. I thought this would be great to add in there. Okay, I'm gonna kind of cut this apart. And I'm going to use my glue pen. You can use a glue gun if you prefer. I just prefer to use a glue pen. It's much easier for me to just dip it in and place it where I need it to be. And to make these secure, glue them in place. And then I take a tie from my wreath and just kind of wrap it around it so that we know it's not going anywhere. The other part. Trimmed off. Work this one right in here. Just like so. And once again, I'm going to take one of my ties from my wreath and just tie that right around there. Pretty, pretty. It's just a quick way to dress up your wreath. I'm going to take this branch and I'm going to go to the other side of my wreath. I'm going to kind of mirror it. Just going to have my greenery going the opposite direction. Right up here. Get that inserted in. Tie that right on there. The Canadian pine wreath gives you a great starter point. You don't have to worry about filling in a lot of things. It's already a good background for you. I placed that the wrong way, guys. I was talking and not paying attention to what I was doing. Put that one in there. Get that tied on there. Okay. That little bowl turned over. We want to utilize all the parts that we can. Okay, before I do cut this third branch apart, I want to take my main focal piece for my wreath and we're going to put it in place. It comes with this little seagrass rope attached to it, which is absolutely fabulous because you can hang this on your tree. You could actually put a bow on this and hang that up as well from a ceiling, from your mantle, anything along that line. But what I've done is just cut out my seagrass rope that comes with it, and I'm going to take one of my ties here and we're going to insert it into the little hole that the tie was hooked into. I'm taking two of my ties or branches on my wreath. I'm just twisting that together, twisting that around just like a bread tie to hold it in place, okay? So that's got the focal point of our wreath put in there with my Merry Christmas star. I love this guy. It's a rustic look, but it's also got a little elegant touch to it too, which is what I'm going for with this particular build today. All right, also today I'm going to be adding in these fabulous buffalo plaid ornaments. They have the glitter on them to give them the icy effect. It also has the burlap look stripes in it, which I think goes along perfectly with the border around my star here, which this is gold. This is a metal piece. It's made to look antiqued, but this matches it perfectly. I think it's a great pairing there with that. And I cut my string off of here, and I'm just going to put some glue right here to get this attached down in my wreath where I want it to be. Now put a good little bit of glue on there, as you can see there. Put this one right here because I want it to stay. You can put just a little if you want. I would prefer myself putting a little more because I want it to stay where I put it. I'm going to put 3 of these in place. Okay, this is our next one. I've got it well covered with my glue. Put that right there in place. And our third. My glue on it. I'll place this third one. I like to use odd numbers just because that's what I like to do. There's no written rule that says that's what you got to do. That's just what I like, what I prefer to do. All right, that's got our 3 ball ornaments in the buffalo plaid, along with our focal piece, which is our Merry Christmas star. This star does come in a couple of other styles as well. Now, I'm going to take my 3rd stem of our fabulous snow branch here. I'm going to cut it into a few more pieces than I did the first 2. Let's start with that. Let's see what that gives me. Some glue on that. Come right up here and nestle that right in with my buffalo plaid ornament. Let's take our little snow branch here. This has our cotton and a cone on it. Get some glue in on that. I'm coming right beside this one. This gives us a good even coverage with our nice little branch here. We could do this in 2 cuts, or we could do this in 1 cut, but I think I'm going to do 2. Okay, have this little one with the cotton. Let's go right here with it. And then the icy one, I'm going to nestle it in right under our cotton, between the 2. Not cotton, but the iced snow pine. Another thing I've chosen to do with these today, with this build, is this fabulous velvet leaf. Is that not gorgeous, y'all? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to do a couple of different cuts with this guy. I'm going to do the same basic thing with this that I did with my snow pine. Come right here. So I want it banked beside my beautiful star here. Oh, that red is gorgeous popping off of that. This is just a small sampling of the different stems and sprays that we carry here at TMI Gifts. And this is just one way to use these. And this one again. Okay, put my larger leaves on top over here. I think I'm going to bank it on this side with my larger leaves from this cutting. Inserted right there. The great thing about working with wired product, these leaves have a wire on them so that you can bend them and shape them, and they'll stay where you put them. It's a good thing about working with items like that. We do try to have nice quality product at TMI Gifts. Okay, there's our fabulous red leaves added in there. Now I also have the same leaf in the white or cream. This is velvet. That's gorgeous on there, guys. It's on both of them. It's a little gold and diamond inspired beading on there. It's great. Elegant touch. Gives us a true elegant country look here. Soak that in. Love the pairing of those two together. It's a great, elegant look. insert it up there. We'll take our other stem, do the same cuts here. Put my larger leaf in my white or cream on this side so that we are, make sure I stay in my diamond shape here. This one needs to go right in here, I believe. Okay. Now to finish our fabulous wreath today, our country elegant look. I'm loving this, y'all. We're going to add in this fabulous bow that we made, that we created to begin with. And I think this guy needs to go right here. I'm going to take my zip tie, take a couple of my greenery pieces here, and give myself something to tie this onto without burying it up completely down to the bottom of my wreath, because you don't want to lose all your elements here. So if I zip tied that to the wire of the wreath, we would lose some depth there. Oh, that's fabulous, y'all. Actually covered up that ball. We should have put that one in a different place. But it's already in place and it's glued there, so it is fabulous just where it sits. Okay. That is our build with the fabulous bow that we started with today, along with our Canadian pine wreath. It's the plain green wreath that we added all of this fabulousness to. We'll change our view to the up view so that you can see the product actually hanging. Makes for a nice large wreath. Love the bow, love the different components of the bow, and absolutely in love with all these products put together. These are just a sample of some of the things that you can find with us at TMI Gifts. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.